Alright, so peace be upon everyone watching the channel. Welcome again to Sofa Skills, a channel full of skills, science, and technology. There were a couple of friends who just asked me, about creating some tutorial where they can learn Google Sheets from scratch up till maybe a good level. Yeah, and same for Excel. They can learn Excel from scratch and move to a good level. This is the first lecture of a series of lectures that is basically aimed at telling the viewers about using Google Sheets, how to become a champion in Google Sheets, or maybe if not champion, then maybe reach a good level of Google Sheets. So if you don't know Google Sheets, don't worry about that. If you don't know Excel, don't worry about that. This is your place to start from. Just follow the videos along and you'll see how brilliantly you will do well with the videos, God willing. So first thing first, Google Sheet is a platform absolutely free. There is no charge for any stuff that you do on those spreadsheets. Compared to the competitors who charge a lot for the same stuff, Google is giving you all the stuff for absolutely free, and it's amazing. It's probably the best in field. So if you learn Google Sheets, I suppose you're learning maybe the best platform, or maybe one of the best platforms. Let's say, let's be more prudent about what we say. Yeah, let's use words more comfortably and more prudently. So how do you start with this? Basically, Google Sheets is part of Google's list of products. And the way you get those products, the way you access them is simple. You log in, you go to your Chrome, yeah, or any internet exploring engine. And, on the right side, if you open Google, you would see Gmail, images, and then these dots, beautiful dots. I prefer calling them the lovely dots because they've got so many amazing things in them. Probably the best dots ever you will come across in the programming or the computing world. So just click these dots, eh? And you have access to your own computer. It's literally your own computer, yeah? It's called the Google Drive. So think of the Google Drive as your PC. Just like you have a PC in your home or office that has a hard drive and then a RAM and then a ROM and stuff or whatnot. Google Drive, it actually is your PC. Yeah, so you can keep everything in this, every data, and then in PCs you have the Windows button, where you can access applications. In Google Drive PC you have the new button. That the new button basically is a place where if clicked will give access to several applications like Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, and many others. Like there's a list, and you can obviously connect more apps with this. It's an amazing platform. Literally, it's the new PC world. It may be 10 to 5 to 10 years from now, maybe this would be the PCs. Yeah, the conventional PCs where you have all those hard disks and stuff wouldn't be needed, I guess, because this is so brilliant. And the fact that you can access your Google Drive PC from anywhere in the world, this is what puts it apart from maybe you don't have to carry your laptops or CPUs anymore. You have your drive, go anywhere. All you need is a device that can connect to the internet and has an operating system. If you have these two things, trust me, Google Drive does a great job in completing your daily computing tasks, the normal ones. Obviously, if you want to do some graphic designing or some heavy stuff, then obviously Google Drive needs to develop on this a bit more, where it needs to have its own graphic designing, 3D modeling softwares, its own platforms for database management and stuff. Obviously, they're working on this, and maybe in the coming years you'll see Google's applications in here in this tab, where you'll have access to amazing 3D designing and 2D designing softwares. For now, they have got this thing called Google Drawing, but then I personally think that this is not really as advanced as maybe Adobe Illustrator or other softwares to edit 2Ds, or maybe as Maya or Houdini or stuff that do 3Ds, obviously. But maybe some years from now we'll see stuff in here that can do the job as good as maybe any other 2D, 3D softwares. So yeah, let's start with Google Sheets, the thing we want to talk about for now. So Google Sheet basically is a spreadsheet application that can be accessed through this button in here. And if you click here, you'll see Google Sheets app option in here. Just click the option. Don't worry about anything. And before clicking it, let me tell you something. You can do two things. Either you can create a blank spreadsheet. Blank is there is no format, no template in use in that spreadsheet. So all you'll do yourself, right? Or you can select a template. There are amazing, beautiful Google templates available on this option. But for now, since it's a tutorial to teach Google Sheets, we're not going to be moving to the templates too early. We're probably going to be touching these later. For now, let's just go to blank spreadsheets. That basically is all about starting your spreadsheeting from scratch. Trust me, it's quite easy. It's very simple. Click it, and there we go. We have, so you know, you have a window in front of you, this one, where you have this amazing list of cells. See, these cells. Every individual box you see here is called a cell. A cell is a place where you can put data. You can type in things in this cell and you see it's typing stuff, and this data can be stored in the cell. Every cell has an address. So for example, the address of every cell is denoted by the column and row it exists in. So this first cell, the address of this cell is what? The first column, that is the column A, and the first row, that is row 1, A1. So the address of this cell is A1, and this one is B1, then C1, D1, and it goes so on until your requirements. The second row, you know, it's the B2, then this is C2, sorry, this is A2, this is B2, B2, C2, then you have got D2. All these, you know, this, you know, since this is a column, this entire thing is a column, and this entire thing is a row. So Excel or Google Sheets or any other spreadsheet software record data, your data, in the form of rows and columns. This creates a more logical sense to your data. So yeah, you may be wondering, you may be wondering if this stuff is meant to write. So if every cell is meant to write stuff, and you know, just write things like this, we can do the same thing in any text editing like Google Word or Google Docs, Microsoft Word. They also do the same thing. So why do we need cells and rows and columns to record data? Yeah. So for example, if in any text editing tool, so for example, let me open a notepad for you. So let's suppose we write John is a policeman who is 32 years old and lives in what? Ontario, London. He is an he's an honest man with 3 years of experience in security services. So yeah, this is a text. Yeah, but we can put this information in a more understandable, in a more visual way. You know, for example, now we see the first thing over here is the name. So what we say is, okay, let's put this information in the form of rows and columns. So the first thing is the name of the person, right? Now the name is John. Yeah. So one thing we have learned in here is that the head of the column always records the attributes. So the one attribute of this data is the name, and the particular of that attribute is John. Yeah. So name is John. Yeah. And then we have age. Yeah. Age is 32. And then we've got what? And lives in London. And his address. For now, let's just write London for the sake of convenience. Yeah. We'll later change the stuff. Come on. Where the hell is it? Yeah. And then we have got what? He's an honest man, and his quality is he's honest. And then what? 3 years of experience and job experience, 3 years in his specialty is security services. See, it's the same thing, yeah? It's the thing you wrote in your notepad, but in a more logical, comprehensive, and maybe more trimmed manner. Anyone who reads this would be able to not just read this one properly, but also add other users. Like we may also add Richard, yeah, who is what, 22 years old. He lives in Birmingham and he is dishonest. Let me be all right. Let's call him honest because Birmingham, honest, with the 4 years of experience. This guy is a pro in cybersecurity. Yeah? So you can keep adding data, and the best thing is you can also do that in the text editor. But if, for example, we add this, this entire thing, copy it and paste it in here, and we change this to Richard, and then we also change the remaining information. The problem is, by looking in here, you can easily perform mathematical operations or maybe text related logical operations to analyze data to make sense of the entire thing on this platform. But in here, you can't do that stuff because this is not supposed to be an analytical thing. So the reason we use Google Sheets or any other spreadsheet is to put data in the form of table and later perform arithmetic, logical, statistical, financial, and loads of other operations on this data. Operations that cannot be done on this text or any other text editor, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Google Slides, Google Docs, and all other text platforms cannot do any analytical stuff that a spreadsheet can do. Yeah. So this is the reason why we use spreadsheet. We use them to store data, some or maybe a large amount of data, and then to perform different logical, mathematical, arithmetical, statistical, financial, and loads of other functions easily, very easily. Yeah. So this is the reason